All right, let's try this again. Everybody sit down, sit down, sit down. Everybody sit down on the floor. Not on the ceiling, not on the door. Everybody sit down on the floor. Open, close, open, close, clap, clap, clap. Open, close, lap, lap, lap. Find your name and sit right down, sit right down, sit right down. Find your name and sit right down. It's time for circle time. All right, hopefully you found it. And I'm sorry about the other, the Facebook Live. Let's see if hopefully this is better. A is for apple. B is for book. C is for crayon. D is for dog. E is for elephant. F is for fish. G is for goose. H is for heart. I is for ice cream. Let's see, J is for juice. K is for kite. L is for lollipop. M is for mouse. N is for numbers. O is for orange. P is for pencil. Q is for question. R is for ruler. S is for star. T is for triangle. U is for umbrella. V is for violin. W is for watermelon. And we've got X, Y, Z. All right. Now, one of the things that starts with the letter W is water. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you to take your water, get a bowl, fill it with water, and then you are going to make a prediction, or that's a guess, about what will float and what will sink. So, do you think the sponge is going to float or sink? Floats. Were you right? How about this lip gloss? You think that's gonna float or sink? Floats. Did you guess that one right? How about this battery? Is it gonna float or sink? Sinks. How about this marker? Float or sink? Floats. How about a penny? Think this penny will float or sink? Sunk. And this hat, is it gonna float or is it going to sink? It floats. All right, so what I want you guys to do is with your mom or your dad or your babysitter, get a bowl, put water in it, and then pick items that you're gonna guess whether they're going to float or sink. You're gonna make a prediction. Write down your answers, or have somebody write down your answers, and let me know, does it float? Or what floats and what sinks? And then put it in the comments below this video, okay? All right, so Tom picked out the book, and it's Robert the Rose Horse. Robert was a happy little horse, and he lived on a farm, and he lived with his mother and father. I lost my cameraman, so hopefully you can see. One day, Robert had a party, and it was his birthday. All of his farm friends came to the party. They had a big cake. "Happy birthday, Robert," said all of his friends. "Happy birthday to you." The cake was very pretty. It had big red roses all around it. Robert liked those red roses. He put his nose right into one and took a big sniff. Then Robert got a funny feeling. His eyes began to itch and his nose began to itch, and then kerchoo! Robert sneezed, and what a sneeze! Up went his farm friends, up went the cake, up went the roses, and Robert fell down flat. His mother called the doctor, and the doctor looked at Robert. "Say, ah," said the doctor. "Ah," said Robert. "Say, aha," said the doctor. "I know what made him sneeze." "I know I am right," said the doctor. "You will see. Here, Robert, take a little sniff." Robert put his nose into those roses. He took a little sniff. And his nose began to itch, and his eyes began to itch. Kerchoo went Robert. Bang went the window. Bang went the doors. Up went the roses, and the doctor fell down flat. "I was right," said the doctor. "Roses are very bad for you. There are too many roses on this farm, and you must get away from them. You must go to the city." So Robert had to go. "Goodbye," he said to his mother and father. "I will be all right in the city. I will find work. I will find a job." Well, Robert did find a job in the city. He went to work for a milkman. He took the milkman in his wagon all around the city. It was a good job, and Robert was happy. Robert liked this kind of job. Then one day, a man walked right next to Robert. The man had a flower in his coat, and the flower in his coat was a rose. A rose right under his nose. Robert got that funny feeling again. His nose began to itch, and his eyes began to itch, and kerchoo went Robert. Crash went the wagon, splash went the milk, up went the milkman, and the man with the rose fell down flat. "Go away," said the milkman to Robert. "You cannot work for me anymore." So Robert began to look for work again, but it was hard for a horse to find a job. He looked for many days. One day he saw some horses, and they had people on them. "Say, I could do work like that," said Robert. "I will ask for a job." Robert went to the door. A man came out. "You look like a good horse," the man told Robert. "You can work for me, but you will have to work hard, and you will have to do everything that you are told." So Robert went to work, and he did just what he was told. When he was told to go slow, he went slow. And when he was told to go fast, he went fast. Robert did everything he was told. "I like this work," said Robert, "and I am going to keep this job." And one day, he took a woman for a ride, and everything was going well, but all at once, "Look," the woman said. "Look at those pretty roses. I want those roses. Robert, take me over there at once." What could Robert do? He had to do what he was told. He took the woman to the roses. Again, he got that funny feeling. His nose began to itch, and his eyes began to itch, and kerchoo went Robert. Away went the wagon, away went the flowers, up went the woman, and the flower man fell down flat. Once more, Robert was out of a job. Robert had to look for work again. He looked and looked. Fathers had work, mothers had work, everyone had some kind of work. But there were not many jobs for a horse. Robert walked and walked, and he looked and looked. Then at last, Robert saw something. He saw a job he could do. He could be a police horse. "I will go in, I will ask for that job," he said. When Robert came out, he was a police horse. He was a good police horse. He did all kinds of police work. One day, Robert worked on Bank Street. Some men came down the street, 3 men. One of them had a black bag, and they went into the bank. Robert did not see them. Then all at once, someone called out, "Help! Police, help!" Robert looked around and he saw the three men. They were robbers. They were bank robbers. The robbers ran right at Robert, and they ran right over him, and away they went. Robert got up fast. He had to stop those robbers, but how? How could he do it? And then Robert saw a rose. It was not a big rose, but it was a rose. And Robert began to think, and he began to think fast. Robert went over to that little rose, and he put his nose right on that rose, and he took a sniff. He took a big, big sniff. And he began to get that old funny feeling again. His eyes began to itch, and his nose began to itch. And then Robert sneezed. Kerchoo! Never was there a sneeze like it. Away went cats, away went hats, up went dogs, down came birds, up went the black bag, and the robbers fell down flat. Hooray, hooray for Robert, everyone yelled. The bankman was happy, the policemen were happy, everyone was happy. Robert had stopped the robbers. He had sneezed the robbers flat. The next day there was a party, and it was for Robert. His mother and father came, his farm friends came, the doctor came, all of the policemen came too. Then one of them got up. "Robert, I have something to give you." "Roses," yelled the doctor. "Hold on to your hats. Here comes a sneeze. Robert will sneeze us to Chicago." Robert took a little sniff. His nose did not itch, and his eyes did not itch. Then Robert took a big, big sniff. That big kerchoo had done it. Robert at last was all sneezed out, and roses never made Robert sneeze again. Robert the rose horse. All right. So remember, you're going to get a bowl of water, and you're going to see what floats and what sinks, whatever you have in your house. But with your mom or dad or grandma or babysitter or, whoever. Don't just do it by yourself. Be with an adult. And you still have time to get your food, your veggie taste test results in. If you haven't done that, you still have time. Tomorrow's our Zoom meeting, and I'm going to do the big reveal on which vegetable is the winner and which one y'all didn't like very well. I love you guys. Get outside maybe, play a little bit, stay healthy, wash those hands. See you soon. Bye.